Welcome to an English edition of my podcast, The World in the Pocket. Today I'm far in the Himalayan region in the Kingdom of Bhutan, between India and China. And my guest in the capital, Thimphu, is Tshering Penjor, the General Manager of Operation at Norbu Bhutan Travel. Hello, Tshering. How are you doing?
Hello, Gabby.
Are you
It's nice.
okay?
Yep, I'm good.
Good.
It's nice to reconnect again.
Yeah, we met in London and now we are connected to your homeland. That's really nice. So you are just back from a tour with tourists?
Actually, yes, I was on tour till 9th,
Hmm.
and I'm just back in the office now.
Okay. So how
And
many, yeah,
yep,
how
and
many?
normally I went on a race tour actually
Okay.
uh, to see the facilities
Uh-huh.
for the upcoming season because now off season had already started.
Mm.
And I went till Bumtang, and then I flew back uh, on a domestic flight from Bumtang to Paro on 8th, and on 9th I came back to office.
Okay. How many international tourists are coming to Bhutan every year?
After the pandemic, and we are on the process of recovering,
Hmm.
and since tourist growth and market trend from 2023 to 25, Bhutan tourist industry had sustained double-digit
Okay.
year-on-year growth from January to June 2024. The country had welcomed 46.6% more visitor compared to the same period in 2023.
Hmm.
This momentum continues in 2025 with the arrival up another 31.6% versus 2024.
Hmm. Please look into the camera. So, how many and where are they mainly coming from? From Europe or not from Europe?
We do have the domestic tourists, which are been considered uh, the tourists coming from India,
Hmm.
which account to around 38.72%,
Hmm.
and other nationals around 67, 60, around 67, slightly more than 67%.
Okay. What's about tourists from Britain, from Germany?
Uh, the top 10 tourists, uh, if you look into the statistics,
Mm.
uh, we do have got the number one rank as the Indian
Yeah.
domestic tourist.
Yes, I understand.
Nationally, US is the leading uh, in numbers.
Hmm.
Beside China, Singapore, then the British or the UK,
Hmm.
Germany,
Hmm.
uh, are all been listed in the top 10 lists of tourist arrival in Bhutan.
Okay. So tourists need to pay a daily
Yeah.
sustainable development fee, isn't it?
Yes.
So how high is this per day?
The sustainable development fee, uh,
Yeah.
which is also been considered as SDF commonly,
Yes.
and that is $100 per night.
Yeah. It's 100 US dollars, or is this your
Yep,
currency?
100 US dollars.
Good. Um, and does this put tourists off to come, or what would you say?
As compared before pandemic, it is only $65 per night,
Hmm.
and with aligned to the philosophy of tourism in Bhutan, which is considered as high value, low impact tourism, or the
Yeah.
high value, low volume. And the government had been reviewing the tourism policy. And Bhutan is a destination that is been promoted as the high value or the high end tourist destination. And we
Hmm.
don't want a mass tourism to be overflooded in the country. We
Mm-hmm.
want those people who respect our culture, traditions, and also that can bring better economy to the country and opportunity for the general public,
Yeah, yeah, understand.
for the community.
Yeah, I think you're the
And
only country who
and
has this.
back, back to your question, uh, tourists that visit Bhutan doesn't mind paying $100 sustainable development fee because this goes directly to the government's coffer, which has been used for free education, free medical care, and even if the tourists they get sick here, they will get a basic free treatment in
Mm-hmm.
Bhutan.
Mm-hmm.
And our sustainable development fee are being used for the development of the infrastructure for tourism as well as for the overall development of the country.
Yeah, yeah. So a good philosophy behind it. And you have this so-called cross-national happiness. So you don't
Yes.
have cross-domestic product, GDP,
Yeah.
as we have. So can you explain this a little bit?
I think Bhutan is well known in the world with the philosophy of the gross national happiness or the GNH. That is a unique development philosophy and metric used by the Kingdom of Bhutan that prioritize the collective well-being and the happiness of its people over the mere economic growth.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In the simple context, GNH aims to achieve a balanced and holistic form of progress, not just a wealthier one.
Okay.
And it is a philosophy that had been crowned by uh, our fourth king, Jigme Singye Wangchuk, who is the father to the present king,
Okay.
in
Um,
1970, and famously stating that GNH is more important than the GNP or the gross national product or GDP.
mhm.
This principle is now emblazoned in Bhutan's constitution and that guides all the government policy and resource allocation and the decisions.
Yeah,
The
okay.
core principles of the GNH is to build had been built on the four pillars, which acts as the main guiding principle for the national planning and policy making.
Hmm. So
And
you,
those in Brave, those four pillars are the sustainable and equitable economic development,
hmm.
the environment conservations, the
Yes.
preservation of and the promotion of culture, heritage, and the good governments.
Hmm. Hmm.
And now people may wonder how GNH is being measured.
Yeah. How is it measured? Measured
Yeah,
exactly?
to make the abstraction idea of the happiness measurable, GNH uses a sophisticated index
Hmm.
composed of 9 domains and 33 indicators.
Hmm.
These domains cover various aspects in the life, like
Hmm.
physiological well-being,
Hmm.
healthcare, uh, time use, education, culture diversities, and community vitality, ecological diversity and resilience, and the living standard.
Hmm.
The GNH index used data for comprehensive national surveys to identify areas
Hmm.
where people are thriving and where they are experiencing shortfalls, allowing the government to tailor specific policies and interventions.
Yeah. So do you think people in Bhutan are happy?
Generally, the it will differ from person to person
Hmm.
in context with different times. The happiness of a person will vary with time and with the situation.
Hmm.
But generally, the happiness of the Bhutanese community, I will just generalize as not in the materialist form,
Yes.
but what it values for its citizen.
Yeah, yeah.
And we had got uh, what we need. Actually,
Hmm.
people are being desired to have free education and free
Yeah,
medical care.
yeah, yeah. You
And
said already.
and we had a wise leader, the far-sighted kings that
Yeah.
had come in the country.
Mm. Is the
And
king the head of the government, or is he only the representative of the state?
uh, Bhutan, since 2008, it had formed a hereditary monarchy with a constitutional democratic form of government. It
Hmm.
is like almost similar to UK government, where we had got the head of the state as the king
Yes.
and the head of the government as the prime minister.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
still, our king plays a vital role in the overall system.
Hmm. Hmm. And what role plays the Buddhism? How many monks are living in Bhutan, and what role they are playing in the state? Is there an highest religious official?
Uh, the system of the government in Bhutan, we do have got a dual system of government that had been established since 1616
Hmm.
or around 17th century. We had got the political system, which has been headed by a political region at that period of time. And later on, in from 1908, then we had got the hereditary monarchy system,
Yeah.
that is the political system uh, in one side, and
Hmm.
secular, the religious system in another hand, which
Yeah.
looks after the monastic community or the religious community, which
Hmm.
is been headed by a chief abbot, or we call as J. Kempo. And overall, with the center monastic body, the total number could be nearly around 8,000 registered center monastic community.
Wow.
Beside, we have got some private monasteries where they
Hmm.
have got monks there, and the lay person who are also been known as gomches. So total nearly around over 12,000 or to around 15,000 religious communities.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the roles of the monks in Bhutan, they looks up after the spiritual and culture guidance, the monastic education that
Yeah.
has been taken care in the monasteries. Then it also preserves the rich traditions, and also community leaders through monastic. They serve as a local spiritual, uh, often social center, guiding
Hmm.
people in the spiritual path.
Hmm.
And it is also a national identity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been served by the monastic community.
Mm. Are they monasteries open for tourists? Can I stay, for example, as a tourist? What you can do sometimes in the West, can I stay, like have a silent holiday in a monastery in Bhutan?
Absolutely, absolutely. And most of the programs that have been designed for Bhutan is the visit of zongs or the fortress, where
Hmm.
this center monastic body, they had got their uh, monastic community who have been studying there, who have been practicing this spiritual practice,
Hmm.
and we can get immersed in Buddhism, the way how they live, their daily life can be learned from visiting the monasteries or the zongs that have been in the country.
Hmm.
Actually, the zongs are one of the finest example of traditional Buddhist architecture. If
Yeah.
you visit Bhutan, you are going to see unique architecture in the country that has
Hmm.
been very unique from our two neighbors or the adjoining countries. We
Hmm.
had got our own tradition way of building the traditional architecture buildings.
Hmm.
And uh, meditations and all that you can do in the monastery,
Hmm.
but living with the monks or staying in the monastery, that is not really possible
Okay.
because uh, monks have been considered as celibate,
Hmm.
and we don't have a proper guest house where we can accommodate the foreigners or the tourists in the monasteries, but daily interactions and the way how they live can be learned from visiting monasteries and the fortresses in the
Hmm.
country.
Hmm. Very interesting. What are the main cities tourists are visiting? And do I have to book a tour or can I travel independently in Bhutan?
The policy of Bhutan uh, Buddhist tourism is you have to book a tour through a recommended or the licensed tour operator.
Hmm.
But the visas that now with the technology, you can apply your own visas through online,
Hmm.
uh, where you have to pay the SDF into number of nights you are going to spend in Bhutan.
Yes.
And now widely the credit card are being accepted to pay your visa fees.
Hmm.
Sorry, SDA, the Sustainable Development Fee and the visa fee of $40 one-time payment.
Yeah.
And tourists must visit with a guide,
Hmm.
which means unaccompanied tourists will not be allowed or being permitted to visit monuments.
Hmm.
Though at the port of entry, uh, you may not require, for instance, if you are landing in Paro and coming to Thimphu, you may not require a guide. But when you travel to other region or visit some other monuments where you have to be accompanied by a guide,
Hmm.
and uh, independent tourists, uh, for instance, are you talking about the backpackers and so on?
Yes, yes, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah, they cannot come
Hmm.
without a guide, and it should be booked through a licensed tour operator,
Hmm.
and should be a proper documentations,
Yeah,
itineraries, their hotel reservations,
good.
and while
Yeah.
they apply for the visa.
Hmm.
And this will be checked at the port of
Airport.
entries as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what cities? Where
The
have
common
tourists to go?
common cities. Generally, Bhutan, throughout the country, tourists can be they can visit. We had got 20 different regions, which we call as
Hmm.
Zongkoks, or in your place, they may be considered as counties.
Yes.
Uh,
Hmm.
throughout throughout the 20 regions, the
Hmm.
tourists have been allowed to visit.
Hmm.
We have got the port of entries by air to Paro. That is the only international airport in the country.
Hmm.
And we had got only two carriers, the national carrier Dukia,
Hmm.
which operates to several destinations, and they are extending their flight connectivity from already been in those international routes, like from Singapore, Bangkok.
Yes.
uh, India had got several routes from Delhi, Kolkata, and to Bangladesh, to Nepal,
Hmm.
and Indian sub cities as well.
Yeah.
And uh, the flight connectivity now, as compared to the past, is becoming more convenient.
Hmm.
And also, we do have got visitors that have been coming by land. We
Oh,
had got of entries that have been from the southwestern part of Bhutan, from Phuntsiling,
yeah.
that borders with India, and southeastern part of Bhutan from Samrup Jonkar, where they can enter
Hmm. That's
and
in
exit.
China on the other side. Yeah.
We do. We
Yeah.
are landlocked in between the two giants. We had
Yeah.
got China in the north, in
Yeah.
the west, in the east, and in the south, we had got India as our neighbor. We
Hmm.
are just like a sandwich in between the two
Hmm.
giants.
A
but we
nice,
prefer by
tasty
to
sandwich, I would say.
go. We have been blended with so many spices.
Yeah. Is that a direct flight from Europe for to
Right,
Bhutan?
right now, we don't have a direct flight from Europe,
Hmm.
but I forgot to mention since last year that there is a bi-weekly flight from Dubai, which
Okay.
is more convenient and busy European connectivity,
Hmm.
and also from Singapore. Soon the national carrier is going to increase its frequency uh, to 3 flights from Singapore in a week.
Hmm. Hmm. Good. So, what is the best time to come to Bhutan? You said now is not the season. So, when is best to come?
It doesn't mean that is becoming off season means no tourist.
Okay.
Bhutan can be visited throughout the year.
Hmm.
And if you visit Bhutan in different season, you are going to see Bhutan with different colors and different teas. For instance, in spring, then you can see many wildflowers that will be blooming, and it is becoming more green, and you will see Bhutan with different colors.
Hmm.
And summer, mm, sometimes people consider as monsoon, but we don't have a very heavy monsoon or the downpours 24/7.
Hmm.
Though it rains, but it rains for a couple of hours and it stops. And sometimes with the climate change now happening, we may experience some few day continued rainfall that is very unusual.
Hmm.
And if you visit during autumn season, Bhutan, uh, especially the valleys in the country, will be is changing its color to
Hmm.
golden colors, where most of the valleys, because our valleys are mostly uh, sustained with the farmers, and they are the self-sustained farmers mostly do the rice cultivation or the paddy cultivation. And autumn is the season uh, where the rice will be ripening,
Hmm.
and the color of the valley will be changing into golden color,
Yeah.
and the which people consider as monsoon will be ending by
Yeah.
end of or the mid of September,
Mm.
and that will be one of the best season. And the spring will be another season, and winter it is dry and cold in the afternoon and in the early morning. But
Mm.
the day temperatures have been so pleasant. Right
Okay.
now, it is winter had already started. We are
Yeah.
in the mid of winter, and the day temperatures on average it is around 18 degrees Celsius in
Yeah.
the place I live in.
18. So you
Yeah,
have 18 degrees at the moment.
yeah, 17, 18 degrees.
Okay. So not a cold
Not
winter
so
with
cold
a
in the
lot of
during the
snow.
daytime, but the night temperatures like
Hmm.
in Paro, Thimphu, and in Gangte may fall below freezing point.
Mm.
I
And you
forgot.
have snow
The
in the
most
capital? You have snow?
Yes,
Yes.
we do expect one
Hmm.
snowfall every winter,
Hmm.
but for a couple of years we had not seen snowfall in the valleys,
Okay. Okay.
and it could be due to the climate change or
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
in the
M
weather
Might
patterns
be.
that is been happening. And
Mm.
also, I forgot to answer your question regarding which are the most visited tourist place in
Yeah.
Bhutan. Uh, com- Commonly, more the tourists that visit Bhutan spend around 6 nights or 7 days.
Hmm.
It's not really enough for Bhutan, actually. If you look at the size of the country, it is only around 34,000 square kilometer,
Mm.
which we compare with a size of Switzerland. But being a mountainous country, uh, it is quite difficult to get access to the nether region
Yeah.
because our roads have been built on the mountain terrains or the
Mm.
hillside, which have got lots of switchbacks, and it is only by vehicle or the car that
Mm.
can get from one place to another. We
Yeah.
don't have any other transportation services beside a few domestic airstrips, one in the center part of Bhutan which had got the domestic airport in Bumtang or the Jaka, that is in the center part of Bhutan.
Not
Another
in the
one,
capital.
no, we don't have any airports in the capital, and also another airport in the far eastern part of Bhutan. That is also the domestic airport, which can be operated with smaller aircraft
Yeah.
like the. Uh, right now, we had been using ATR for
Mm-hmm.
42, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and in this southern part of Bhutan, where Gelfu Mindful City is coming up. But there we are trying to already started coming up with the ideology of Gelfu Mindful City, which is the idea of His Majesty the Fifth King,
Yeah.
and by 2029, an international airport will be built. That will be a self-administrated government with a
Wow.
diamond strategy that is coming up in the
Mm-hmm.
south center of Bhutan.
Good. I heard Bhutan, because of its massive forest, it's carbon negative actually country. So it's a paradise.
Uh, Actually, Bhutan green policy that has been centered on the high value, low volume tourism
Yeah.
and the national happiness.
Yeah.
Help tourism to ensure minimal environmental impact, preserving its pristine nature,
Mm-hmm.
and also funding conservations via the sustainable development fee. It's been
Mm-hmm.
adding to become
Yeah.
more green.
Yeah, sure.
And also it has been promoting exclusively experiencing and linking tourism to community welfare.
Mm. Yeah.
Just
What you
creating a
said already. Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
unique, sustainable, high equitable destination that will benefit both the visitors and the locals while
Mm.
protecting
Mm-hmm.
carbon negative status.
Yeah. So a paradise for everybody. Cool.
Yep.
I must come. I'm a linguist, so I'm interested in languages. What group is the Bhutanese language on? Do you understand as well Tibetan, or can you understand Mandarin? What is about Indian languages?
Uh, Generally, our national language is known as Dzongkha,
Hmm.
and our language is very unique. It is neither close to Indian language or the Nepalese language. It is little bit similar to the Tibetan language.
Hmm.
The calligraphy is quite similar, or it is almost similar to the Tibetan calligraphic. The
Hmm.
alphabet, we have got around 30, sorry, we have 30 alphabets in our language.
Hmm.
And Bhutanese people, uh, the dialects, we have got quite a dialect that has been widely spoken within the country.
Okay.
Uh, Generally, we have got Ngalops that speaks commonly the national language Dzongkha. In the
Hmm.
east, we have got the Shachops or the who speaks the language in Sangla,
Hmm.
their native language.
Hmm.
But there are subclass of again different dialects in their region again.
Hmm.
Even the Dzongkha I speak, and the people in Thimphu or people in Wangdi, Punakha, they had a different accent
Okay.
than what I speak.
Yeah.
And in the south, we do have got some uh, Nepalese language that is also been spoken, known as the Lhosampa language. And other international language, Bhutanese people commonly, they can now with the modern education, almost 90% of the Bhutanese people have been educated,
In English.
and the medium of education is in English,
Yeah.
and the national language is given a priority,
Yeah. Yeah.
and which means you will not have any issues if you speak English in Bhutan.
No, no,
And
I can feel this
Hindi,
already.
Hindi or the Indian language is also been spoken and understood
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we have been closely bordered with India,
yeah.
and also Bhutanese people are quite familiar with the uh, Hollywood movies
Mm. Yeah,
and
the Bollywood. Yeah. Uh,
yeah, Bollywood as
yeah. We need to come to an end, Tshering. It was
yeah.
really a pleasure to talk to you, and I would like to continue this conversation. I'm sure I will put it on my bucket list to visit you soon. I was already not only once in the region, but never in Bhutan. So I learned a bit. Hopefully, I will say it right and you will understand it. Ka Drin Che Lok J Gay. Did you understand me?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So,
That means thank you and see you again.
yes. So, hopefully that will be soon. And yeah, have a lovely evening. Uh, bye.
Thank you, Gabby, and thank you for your time and connecting again.
Yeah.
And I love to get connected, and we will have such more conversations and postcard in future.
Yeah. See you then. Bye bye.
Yeah, yeah. Bye.
Time is up, and she is here, and they are here. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket. And I like it. And I like it. The vibe is up, and she is here, and they are near. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket.